Yeah, why is the GOP? Why are GOP men so creepy? And not even just mostly it's just the MAGA ones, right? But they're the repressed ones in the GOP too. But the MAGA ones are really, really creepy lately. And then you've got the creepy ladies too. You've got the Lauren Boeberts, right, doing her thing in the theater. You got the what's her name, Lara Lunar. Like you got all of these like creepy people, but you really got some creepy dudes. Remember, when I speak, I know from which I speak. Remember, we were just covering the black Nazi. He's a self-professed black Nazi in North Carolina saying, you know what, I want to be a black Nazi. He may end up losing North Carolina for Donald Trump. So you have that guy. And remember, we've got Matt Gaetz. But there's a new guy. But let me just explain to you the Matt Gaetz thing. Remember, we have Matt Gaetz. There's a new court filing that says that Matt Gaetz attended the sex party with a 17-year-old. The affidavit was sealed. There were eyewitness testimony that the party was held at a Florida home of the lobbyist Chris Dorworth, who's a friend of Matt Gaetz. There was some shady stuff about Chris Dorworth, someone involved in this tried to get this removed and did for a while, and then it came back. They were part of the civil lawsuit brought by Dorworth in 2023, ultimately dropped the lawsuit, but Dorworth's attorneys filed the documents in federal court to try to recoup legal fees, okay? So now we have Matt Gaetz, now we have this filing. And then we have this new guy. This new guy's name is Corey DeAngelis. He is a conservative education reform advocate who has espoused anti-LGBTQ sentiment. Now keep that in mind, anti-gay sentiment, okay? He was exposed for his past involvement in gay adult films. Now, we had some of the video of the gay adult films, not that part. It's just him in there. We're not showing you the explicit part. I'm not going to show you, but I wanted to put it on. And my producer said, no, I wouldn't do that. But anyways, most of these films are him with a bunch of guys, all sort of like at a frat house, pleasuring themselves. Now, I don't know if there are other things, but that's the ones that are in the reports that I have seen. And these are legitimate reports. I'm not telling you anything. I'm not like, combing the bowels of the internet for some creepy. This is all reports. This revelation has triggered widespread accusation of hypocrisy online, given DeAngelis' longstanding public stance against LGBTQ plus rights and inclusion. So here he is. This is the thing. This is from People magazine. Right-wing anti-LGBTQ plus education activist exposed as former gay adult film actor. And it's a report, but you don't just need the evidence is there. We have eyes. We can see. So I didn't go digging around, but there are reports that have the pictures, the PG pictures. I don't know if are they PG or they are. You don't see anything explicit, but you just see like they're naked. They show you from the above the chest or above the pelvis or whatever. But you get the point of what's going on in these films. He's a self-described school choice evangelist, a senior fellow at the American Federation for Children, and a frequent Fox News contributor. Through the organization, though the organization has scrubbed his website of DeAngelis, his career was primarily focused on promoting school choice, criticizing public education for allegedly indoctrinating children with woke ideologies, including the support of LGBTQ plus rights. It's how many times do I have to tell y'all? It's always the ones who speak out the loudest. It's always the ones who are yelling and screaming about, oh my God, these gay people, these trans people, they're sinners, and it just goes against God, and it's just deplorable, and all those things that they say. All of that is always a tell. They're always telling on themselves. So he says that Democrats, right, are trying to indoctrinate children into woke ideologies, including the support of gay rights. However, it has now emerged that recently, this is in 2014, as recently as 2014, DeAngelis performed in gay adult films under the pseudonym Seth Rose, including a scene in which he won He won a group masturbation project. Okay. So anyways, if he wants to do that, that's his business. He was an adult of a certain age. If he was of legal age and he wants to do that, that is his business. But he's out there in the same kind of films that he's accusing Democrats of indoctrinating children into. Now, this is him talking about school choice, just so you get an idea of who he is. This is who he is on Fox Business. Watch. This is Corey DeAngelis.
Now, Corey, just beyond being hysterical, what does she mean by winning all the things? What are all the things?
Well, the basics aren't included in all the things. Our math, reading, and writing scores are down the drain. They're in the gutter, not getting any better. Look, they're asking for more money, obviously, but Becky Pringle, the head of the NEA right here, she just pulled the Dwight Schrute, is totally unhinged lunacy. And look, parents and grandparents at home, do you want this person raising your kids for 7 hours a day? Obviously not. You got to fight for school choice, defund this person. She makes over $500,000 a year to spew this garbage, and she wants to fight to control the minds of other people's children, and that's bad news for this country. But the good news is parents are seeing this crap. The sunlight is the best disinfectant, and parents are pushing for school choice, money following the child.
But bottom line is all the things, is all the DEI stuff that she's putting at least equal to, if not above, getting good reading and math scores, right?
Right, they're focused more on the LGBTs than the ABCs, and they want more money. They want to indoctrinate your kids, not to educate them. And so, look, this is why this is free advertising for homeschooling and school choice. So hopefully we continue to play this clip on repeat.
Okay, so many things, guys. First of all, if I'd seen that clip of him, I'd be like, oh. Before I saw the movie thing, I would have been like, who's that? He's advocating against LGBT? Come on. My gaydar was pinging on that one. Yeah, I said it. The other thing is, like, you know, these aren't the people you want advocating school, you know, your kids or whatever. Well, I guess even now, these aren't the things. By the way, no, they're taking this stuff down. The workers are right there. By the way, these are not apparently he's not, because they've scrubbed him from the website and basically they have disavowed him. They're more focused on the LGBT instead of the ABC. That's what he said, okay? They're more focused on the LGBT instead of the ABC. He was obviously more focused on the LGBT and some other stuff instead of the ABC. And they're always telling on themselves, I'm telling you guys, if you have anybody in your life who is extremely homophobic, I hope you guys aren't finding this distracting. I think it's funny. In my home studio, they're working, I told you, repointing the bricks. And so there it is. If you have anyone in your life who is that adamantly homophobic or that adamantly against anything, usually it means that that's what they are. Thou doth protest too much. Every person I know, every one of my straight friends or heterosexual friends who are completely comfortable with their sexuality have no compunction about someone being gay. They're just like, I'm not gay, so I'm not going to be that. You be you. Would you like to go to dinner, Don? You're gay. Okay, fine. Hey, let's go have a beer. Let's go have a drink. Why don't you invite your husband? We have so many friends, and our conversations are no different than when we go out with our gay friends, because they are completely confident in their sexuality, their manhood, their masculinity, or whatever it is. Their wives are completely confident that he's not like going to be hitting on us at dinner. That's like, so because they know they're not that. But anybody who is like that guy, I'm telling you. Also, my other thing, it is the shortest line to the front. So because he's like, I'll get in on the school choice and I'll talk about being woke and I'll talk about indoctrinating kids. I'll talk about all these things. I'm this clean cut guy who looks kind of gay. I'm just saying, right. What is gay, right? What does that look like? I get it. It's the shortest line to the front because he would just be an average Democrat if he were to use that in order to, as his ambition to get to whatever he wants. He would just be one of thousands of people. But then, when he's a MAGA person, he's all of a sudden, oh, we've got this clean cut guy, whatever. I'm telling you, it's the shortest line to the front. Now, there's another. So you had the creepy guy, right? We talked about Mark Robinson. We talked about Matt Gaetz. We talked about the work having outside of my window. And then we also talked about this guy. But then there's this John McEntee. I don't know if you know him. John McEntee is known as the date right guy. He was a former body man for Donald Trump, and then he left, I think, in some sort of scandal. He's also the guy who's sort of the spokesperson and behind this Project 2025. So according to, he's a former aide, leave that picture up while I read this. He's a former aide to Donald Trump's presidential administration, a senior advisor to Project 2025. He's in trouble for sending creepy internet messages to teenagers. Another MAGA creepy person. John McEntee, who also co-founded the conservative dating app, the Right Stuff or Date Right. Do you guys know what that is? He is the guy who'll go, why do Democrats who want you to vote for Kamala, he says Kamala, want you to vote for Kamala Harris because she's a woman, but then they can't define what a woman is. And then he's eating, right? And then he goes, got it. It's that guy, okay? John McEntee also co-founded the conservative dating app, The Right Stuff, where he's the date right guy, sent messages to multiple young women, offering in some cases to give them free trips to Los Angeles. Now, remember, Diddy did some stuff like that, but I think his was like across, country lines or whatever. I don't know. Anyways, I'm not saying that they had anything, right, that he participated in anything that was illegal, but that was some of the allegations against Diddy, like offering to pay for people to come to there. So anyways, sent messages to multiple young women, offering in some cases to give them free trips to Los Angeles and making sexual advances. That is what Wired reports. The app's sole investor is right-wing billionaire Peter Thiel, who's a gay man, openly gay, just saying. Also supports, remember, Peter Thiel is the money behind J.D. Vance. He's J.D. Vance's benefactor, political benefactor. It has been criticized for its mostly male user base. One of the women, Grace Carter, said that McEntee reached out to her through Instagram in October last year when she was 18 years old, a freshman at North Carolina State. McEntee used the business account of The Right Stuff to message Carter, asking if she wanted free merchandise. He then began inviting her to join him on trips. Another woman who asked to remain anonymous said that when she was 18 over text, he sent her clearly identifiable selfies and began mentioning explicit sexual acts that made her uncomfortable and encouraged her to come to California. It was very sexual from day one, she said. He kept making comments about my age and how hot it would be to sleep with someone who was my age. People, don't be repressed. Just be who you are. Don't hide behind conservative and don't hide behind those things. Just come out and be who you are. I'm not saying that McEntee is gay, but I'm saying that there's some weird repression going on where he pretends to be one person to the public and then he's something else behind the scenes. Be your whole integrated you. So Matt Gaetz, this DeStefanos, what's his name again? Corey DeAngelis, Mark Robinson, And then John McEntee. Creepy. MAGA. MAGA creeps. Thanks for watching The Don Lemon Show. Make sure you click on the image in the top right to subscribe to my channel and the thumbnail in the bottom right to watch more content from my show. And I'll see you next time.